Friend, come sit closer. You know these old bones of mine don't let me raise my voice too much anymore. Besides, what I'm about to tell you, well, this is the kind of thing you whisper, the kind of truth you pour like warm tea into the hands of someone you trust. The smartest way to destroy those who hurt you. Ah, that sentence alone, it sounds like something from one of those dramatic Korean dramas you love watching at night. And look at you, your eyes already lighting up like I'm about to teach you witchcraft. No, no, friend, I may be old, but I'm not your neighborhood shaman. Although with this beard, people do ask me strange questions in the supermarket. But let me take you back, way back, to a time when my heart still hadn't grown these thick scars you see now, before I learned what true betrayal feels like, before I learned that the worst villains often disguise themselves as good people. I was about 42, still young, still handsome. Oh, don't roll your eyes, I was handsome. If TikTok existed back then, I'd have at least, maybe 300 followers. Okay, 50, but loyal ones. Back then, I believed that if you loved people, they loved you back. If you helped people, they helped you back. If you were honest, they were honest too. Friend, I was a walking teddy bear with a wallet. And that's when Harold came into my life. Oh, Harold. That man had the personality of a wilted cabbage, but the ambition of Genghis Khan. He smiled like he was practicing for a dentist appointment. He shook your hand like he wanted to steal your fingerprints. And me, I trusted him. Which reminds me, never trust a man who wears sunglasses indoors. He's either hiding his intentions or hiding his eye bags from staying up all night plotting nonsense. Anyway, Harold and I started a small business together. Well, I started it. He simply attached himself like one of those barnacles on a ship. At first, it was okay, decent. He'd bring me coffee, laugh at my jokes, pretend he understood spreadsheets. But then the little things started happening. A missing document here, a strange rumor there, someone telling me, "Paul, I heard you said this," even though I never said it. It felt like termites were chewing on the pillars of my life, but I couldn't see them. And one day, Harold took everything. The business, my employees, my ideas, my peace. I was left alone in a small rented office with one broken chair and a dying plant that even the plant seemed embarrassed to be associated with me. And friend, I'm going to be honest with you. That betrayal almost destroyed me. I sat there thinking, if being a good person gets you this result, then what's the point? For days, I didn't talk to anyone. For weeks, I didn't smile. Even my reflection avoided eye contact with me. You know, when someone hurts you deeply, it's not the injury that destroys you. It's the echo of replaying what happened, the echo of wondering why, the echo of thinking you weren't enough. And one night, as I sat in that lonely office, I realized something. There are two ways to destroy someone who hurt you. One, you become like them, cold, calculating, sharp as a knife made of bitterness. Or, you rise so high that their memory shrinks to the size of a grain of dust on your shoe. Friend, I chose the second. Not because I'm a saint, but because if I turned into Harold, then Harold still wins. Let me tell you what I learned. People who hurt you want your anger. It justifies what they did.
It feeds their narrative. It keeps the connection alive. You know what they can't stand? Your success, your peace, your glow that says, "You tried to bury me, but I grew roots." And before I continue, hey friend, if you're watching this on the channel right now, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm old, you know. Every like gives me one extra day of life. At least that's what I tell myself, so I feel relevant in this modern world. But really, it helps our little community grow, and you know I love talking to you all. All right, back to the story. After Harold betrayed me, I didn't try to get revenge. I didn't gossip. I didn't plot. I didn't even try to ruin his reputation. No, I did something far more powerful. I worked on myself. I took the loss as a brutal, expensive, soul-cracking lesson. Opportunity wears many disguises, friend, sometimes even the mask of heartbreak. I started reading again, learning again, rebuilding again, slowly, painfully, stubbornly. And the world, for reasons I still don't fully understand, began to open doors for me. People came, opportunities came, lessons came, wisdom came. And one day, years later, I walked into a hotel lobby for a meeting with a new investor. And there he was, Harold. He looked older, heavier, stressed, like someone had replaced his soul with a debt notice. He saw me, and I swear his entire face twitched in slow motion. "Oh, Paul," he said. I just smiled. "Harold, it's been a while." He asked me how I was, and friend, as I stood there, dressed well, successful, confident, smiling, I realized the smartest, most devastating way to destroy someone who hurt you. Live a life they can never reach. Not out of revenge, but out of growth. Because success becomes their mirror, a mirror in which they see everything they could have been if they hadn't chosen cruelty. Harold never apologized. He never explained. He never tried to fix things. He just stared at the man I'd become. And that was justice. But I wasn't done learning, because there's an even deeper truth. Forgiveness is not for them. It's for your soul. I didn't forgive Harold because he deserved it. I forgave him because I refused to drag his shadow with me for the rest of my life. Let me tell you the funniest part, though, and life always adds a little comedy at the end. After my meeting with the investor, the receptionist called out, "Sir, someone left their parking ticket on the counter." Guess who it was? Harold. He had to walk all the way back from the parking lot in the heat, embarrassed and sweating, just to retrieve it. And me? I held it up and said, "You forgot something, partner." Oh, friend, the look on his face should have been framed and hung in a museum somewhere. But you know what? I felt nothing. No satisfaction, no revenge, no triumph. Just peace. Because when you truly heal, your heart becomes untouchable. That's the real victory. Now, friend, where were we? Ah, yes, the moment when I realized that true victory isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself like a parade marching down the street with trumpets and balloons. True victory is quiet, soft, almost shy. It's when you look at your life and think, "Damn, I made it through that storm, and I didn't even notice when the sun came out." But let me tell you something deeper, something most people never understand. When someone hurts you, they don't just stab you with betrayal. They stab you with expectation. They expect you to crumble. They expect you to fall apart. They expect you to lose yourself, your mind, your purpose. They expect you to break so badly that they never have to feel guilty. But oh, friend, nothing confuses your enemies more than seeing you smile after they tried to break you. And trust me, I've had plenty of practice smiling through disasters. After Harold, I made myself a promise. I will rise so high that the only way people can hurt me is if I fall asleep on a cloud and roll off accidentally. And I lived by that promise. But let's move deeper into the heart of this story, because what I'm about to tell you, friend, this is what shaped my entire philosophy about dealing with people who hurt you. Years after I rebuilt my life, something strange happened. People who had once mistreated me started crawling back into my inbox like ants smelling sugar. "Hey, Paul, long time. Paul, I always knew you'd be successful. Paul, maybe we can collaborate again." Friend, if delusion was a currency, some people would be billionaires. One of them, let's call her Marjorie, once told me I'd never amount to much. She was my neighbor, actually, always peeking through her curtains like the FBI. If you breathed too loudly, she'd interrogate you. "Who are you? Why are you here? Why are you eating that banana at 3 p.m.? When I lost my business, she told someone, "Well, he was too soft. Nice men don't succeed." When I started rising again, she reappeared with a plate of cookies. Friend, those cookies tasted like regret and cheap flour. My taste buds needed therapy afterward. But she came with a smile so wide I thought her jaw would dislocate. "Paul, I'm so proud of you. I always said you had potential." I just nodded, because at that age, you learn something very important. Not everyone who hurts you is evil. Some are just emotionally constipated. But here's the twist. No matter how people treat you, success puts you in a position where you choose the ending of the story. And the ending I always choose is peace. You want to know why? Because peace confuses people more than anger ever will. Anger is predictable. Peace is terrifying. Peace says, "I survived you. I outgrew you. I don't need you, your apology, or your closure." Peace is the real destroyer, the silent destroyer, the undefeatable destroyer. But I know what you're thinking, friend. What about the pain, Paul? The anger? The heartbreak? Let me tell you something. Healing isn't pretty. It's messy, loud, ugly, dramatic, like me trying to get out of bed in the morning. But once you reach the other side, you realize something profound. People who hurt you don't deserve to live in your head. Your mind is prime real estate. Charge them rent or evict them. And I evicted every single one of them.